Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today's our podcast number 114. It is December the 12th, 2024 and it's only 12 days to Christmas Eve, or is that Christmas Day? Christmas Day, so 12 days we'll be celebrating Christmas Eve. I cannot believe that, guys. I always stumble and fall at this time of the year to do the calculation because it just seems to be rolling by like the month. I cannot believe it. But thank you so much for joining us today and hanging out together. You know, it's my favorite day of the week. It is Thursday and it comes around so very, very quickly, which means I get to showcase all of your wonderful makes. I get to show you what I've been working on. And then we have a little chat about life. There is so much in the back end that is going on, guys. I wish I had an opportunity to just come and sit with you and tell you about all the upcoming ideas I have for 2025, but that is going to be coming to you shortly. My head is abuzz with all these things that need to be done. So one side is focusing on what needs to be done now, in the moment, to the lead up to Christmas and the end of the year, and the other side is just going crazy with all these ideas, which I hope you come to join me for because I am so very, very excited. But today is all about our podcast, our catch up for the week. So I'm going to start off with all your wonderful makes, and I'm sure you're ready to ooh and ah because I always am. Pen and paper ready, because you might want to jot down some of these great ideas and add them to your crochet to-do list, because I seem to add one to mine every single week, at the very least one. So I'm going to pop my little clipboard on this side for now and let's get started. Now, our friend Shirley, she sent us in blanket number 48, guys. Yes, blanket number 48 for Camp Boggy Creek. Now this beautiful blanket here, let me bring it a little bit closer so you can see the gorgeous stitch. So there's the blanket, and now I'll pop it around, turn it around so you can see the brand of it, like the yarn that Shirley used. So Shirley tells us that this stitch here is the Spiked Granny Ruth by Krista at the Secret Yarnery, and the yarn here is Premier Basics in a Shimmer Snowfall. And there is also Just Yarn in white, bright blue and royal blue, and don't the colors go perfectly together? Look at the sparkle. I absolutely love that. Now Shirley does say that she used her favorite 6mm chocolate Clover or more hook. I think that's one of my favorite hooks too, Shirley. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. 48 blankets in 1 year. You're a crocheting machine. That is so awesome. Well done. Now our friend Sandy, she has sent in a nice variety of things which she has been making for Christmas gifts. Now the very first one here is a little knitted, crocheted Christmas stocking tag, and you can see the tag bit on top. And this one is quick. It's called the Quick and Easy Little Knitted Stocking. It is made out of 8-ply scrap yarn, and the yarn that Sandy uses snuffle bean yarn, and this is a little tag for her sister's Christmas present. So there it is there. So sweet. And then the second tag that Sandy made here is this gorgeous little one here. It's a Santa gift tag. There's the top of it, so it's a tie one. Look at his face. I love his beard. And this is for a neighbour's gift, and it is the Santa gift tag by the Secret Yarnery. And again, Sandy dipped into her scrap bin and she used some 8-ply or DK weight yarn. Very, very cute. I just love him. He's so sweet. And then there are a couple amazing little makes here too. Now these are destined to be Christmas gifts as well. These here are pot holders or hot pads, and they're destined for an elderly neighbour. I just love the colour pooling. So gorgeous. Now the yarn that Sandy used is Line Brand Re-Up 100% cotton. And the pattern is by Just Do Something Homestead. Absolutely love them. You can see the little loops on the top so you can hang them. And then last but not least, when I saw this, immediately I thought, oh, another knitted headband. It's not, guys. It's Tunisian crochet. That is amazing. Well done, Sandy. Your stitches are amazing. So neat. So this is a Tunisian crocheted zigzag headband by Diving Ducks, and it is a gift for Sandy's daughter, and she's used Spot Saver 10-ply yarn to make this, or number 4 worsted weight yarn. I love the colour. Very, very pretty. I'm sure your daughter will love that all year round. So thank you so much, Sandy, for sending in all those great Christmas gifts that you've been making for all your family and friends and, you know, the neighbours. That's always important, isn't it? And then last but not least, we have a little amigurumi from our friend Liza, and she never fails to disappoint with her gorgeous crochet skills. And this is Anita Octopus, and she's a pick-a-power pattern, and it is a free pattern on the Hobie website. Now, Liza told us that she used a variety of yarns, including Alize, A-L-I-Z-E, Cotton Smart, Barry Chance, which is a 50% acrylic, 50% cotton, Stylecraft Bambino DK, Peter Pan, and gold metallic thread, and a 3.5 millimeter clover hook. So let me just show you from the very top of that little hat all the way down to the booties. Absolutely gorgeous, very adorable. Thank you so much, Liza, for sending in Anita the octopus. So each and every one of you, thank you for taking the time to send them in. We really do appreciate seeing what you're all up to, and I wonder how many of you added something to your crochet to-do list. Now let's talk about what I've been doing through the week. I have added to my #KindnessAdventAU from our friend Judy, our Witch Piece Craft. Now, last week I showed you my little chart here. So basically what Judy does is she comes on every day, or in actual fact, sometimes she does 1 or 2 drawings in a day, which works out perfect for me. So thanks, Judy. And basically there is a kindness quote, can't speak. So she has an advent calendar with little drawers, and her sons have filled it up with a little kindness quote. They show us a color, or nominate a color we need to use from the Marvel 8-ply yarn, and I have mine here. I'll just show you this one, because what really appealed to me, other than the community feel and something to do randomly with colors, because I love that, and of course to see what Judy is up to. I absolutely love hanging out with her, and the fact that she's using Marvel 8-ply yarn was amazing for me, because I have, I think, 3 or 4 totes full of all the different colors, and the fact that there was going to be a different color pulled out every single day up to the lead up to Christmas was very appealing, because I thought, what a great opportunity to use all my yarns and see if I actually have all the colors that get drawn. So far, these are the last 3 colors that we use, and it's just an 8-ply or DK weight acrylic yarn, and I have used it many times for all of my projects. Some, depending on how many rows you use, some of the balls are actually nearly finishing, which is crazy, right? Because we're getting, like the make that I'm making is getting bigger and bigger. So I'll just pop these down here. So that's the yarn that I'm using. That's what's very appealing about this crochet along for me as well. So each day, as I said, the boys pull out a name for the yarn that we're meant to use, and they actually tell us the color name on the ball band and the color number, which is great because it's a great way to find it in your stash. And then they tell us how many rows. Now, I do have quite a bit of the Marvel 8-ply yarn, a very old stock, when they changed the ball bands and then started writing color names on them, and they actually changed the color numbers as well. But so far, whether I'm using a color name or the actual number, I've been able to marry up all 10 out of 11 colors, and the 11th color I managed to find one that was very close, which is actually this green here. So I'm making a continuous granny square, and I've been very good this time. I've learnt my lesson after many blankets that I've made and not sewn in the ends as I go. I've been sewing in the ends after each and every color. So I have written down a little statistic here, which I thought was great, that in 11 days we've had 11 colors and 35 rows in total that we've added to our make. Some people are doing little amigurumis with the color choices. Some people are doing different style blankets. They might be doing rows backwards and forwards, but I chose to do a granny square. And at first I thought, well, if it doesn't grow big enough in the 25 days, I can always add more rows to it later. But I don't think I'll have that problem, guys, because look how big it already is, and we've only done 11 days. And how gorgeous is that with all those colors? How beautiful do they look together? I am absolutely loving this, and I love the way that the boys have thought about the transition of colors and pooling them together. So let me just bring you up a little bit closer so you can see a nice cross section of all the colors. I hid the yellow, guys. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? Because the yellow is a very pretty, like, sun gold color. So that's a better representation of all the colors. And it actually does square off my square, because I actually turn it every single round, so I don't ever do them the same way. I cannot wait to wash this, because the Marvel 8-ply yarn is a little bit stiff when you first use it, but after you've soaked it in fabric softener, it comes up beautifully. So that is my make for Judy's cowl, and I'm very, very happy to be participating, and thank you, Judy, for hosting it, and of course for inviting us to join you. It has been wonderful. Now, the other thing that I got onto this week, and I just had to, guys, I actually made this last night, and it took about an hour and a half, which I think is really, really good. We've been seeing these, what are they? Crochet beaded fidgets. There are so many out there. The hedgehog was the highlight of last week. I think Josephine sent that one in, and I have seen other makers obviously make them. I know that our friend Jenny at In My Spare Time Crochet, she's been making a few over the last few months, and I was always thinking, oh, I can't wait to make that. I've been adding and adding to my crochet to-do list every time I see a different one. And guess what? I couldn't resist this week, guys, because Treasured Home Town, I've got to make sure I say that right. So that's the YouTube channel that put out the little hedgehog. Now there's also a frog, there's an axolotl, and this week, only a few days ago, I think maybe 3 days, she put out an octopus. So I had to make it. So let me show it to you. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him there, guys. So there's his little face, and he's actually got a long head like an octopus does, because generally they're quite rounded, I've found. I've got one here that I've made before. I've got this here because it's got the little keychain. Just one moment. So each tentacle, so I made them blue and green because of the yarn that I used, has 8 beads in it, and it is so much fun to make. He's very, very quick and easy. He is a no-sew pattern, and you can use any size eyes you want, really. And I'm sorry, I never ever measure my eyes, but these do have a little bit of green in them. And the only dilemma that I had with the eyes, guys, and I'm going to give you this little tip if you don't already know it, because I last night out of frustration thought about this and it actually worked. What I did, the backs for my eyes were not popping in. I tried every single size that I had. So in the end, guess what? I got my hot glue gun out, my new best friend, and I put a dab of glue on it, pushed down the back, held it tight together, and voila, it was on, and they're not going anywhere. Because the frustration of putting those eyes on took almost, seriously, 15 minutes. It was silly. Now, at the top here, if you choose to, you can make it like a backpack buddy, because it is, it's not too big for a keyring. This is one that I've made another time as a key ring, but you could also get like a lobster clip to add to it. So imagine that if it was a key ring. I think it would look really good. Or a backpack buddy. Slow down, Litsa. So that's what I made this week, in actual fact last night, and I'm so glad because I finally have one. Now I really do want to make the hedgehog, the axolotl, and now a little frog. He is so cute. He's just like a little ball of fun. So maybe you'll be seeing them in the early 2025 in January, because I really do want to like have them all together. But they are so pretty with the different beads. Now I used my just mill ends. This is a spot, I call it a spots saver because that's what it reminds me of, but it's just a worsted weight or 10-ply yarn, number 4 yarn. I had that, and of course some pony beads. This is just a pack that I purchased on I purchased at Spotlight, but you can get these online, Temu, Amazon, wherever you buy your different beads. And I thought I'd go with those clearer ones because I think they really look nice for an octopus. And we did use a 4mm, I used a 4mm hook and another hook just to thread through, a smaller hook to thread through the beads. But you get all that instruction on the video. It is very well made and very easy to follow. So I highly recommend that if you want to make an octopus, an axolotl, a hedgehog, and a little froggy, you go and visit Treasured Hometown. Absolutely gorgeous. Now the other thing that I've been working on is some Christmas gifts for my work friends. And in the past you would have seen me many a time show you my wooden ring holders. tea towel holders. Generally I make them, so these are the ones I made last year, and it's really nice when I visit family and friends that actually have them hanging. So these have always been acrylic, again acrylic, but usually the Ogos. But this year I thought I would try to make them out of cotton to see what the difference would be. And I have really enjoyed, you know, using the cotton, because I have to make, at a minimum, there's 12 tea towels here, 12 tea towel sets. There's 3 in each. Now you may remember these from my Kmart Christmas haul. Absolutely love these ones because I love the little Christmas puddings, and they're a nice little set, and these were only $5 for 3 tea towels, and they're a very nice quality towel. But I thought that having a little towel ring would actually, you know, make it just even that little better, because there is a handmade gift to go with it. So I started making them in cotton, and the first lot of cotton that I took out was this Flinders 8-ply cotton, and I thought it was way too thin, because look how one strand is that thin. So then I doubled it up, because it is a very thin 8-ply cotton. And this is actually from my stash from Narelle when I went shopping to, you know, her estate sale. And this is one of the beautiful yarns that I found in there, cotton, and I've actually used the whole ball. Now this one I'm going to have to continue with something a bit different, or I might have to frog it. But I managed to make, with that one there, 1, 2, 3, 4 complete ones. So I've made these 4. I am playing around with the sizes a bit. These are 14 rows, and they're half double crochets in the back loop. And then these two, where are they? They're 12 rows, and then this one is 10. I think that the 12 seems to be the best length for me now. I'm very happy with it, because when you loop it over like that, it's not too long or not too short. It's a bit like the porridge for Goldilocks in the story with the 3 bears. So I think I'm going to be going with the 12 rows from now on. And then the other yarn that I started to use, because I ran out of the red, and I thought, oh, what else can I match up with this? And then I went and found some yarns that would complement some colors of cotton, I should say. And then I found some Hobie. I've got a whole bag of it somewhere down there, but I found this beautiful color from Hobie. It's just got a color number. Now this one turned out a little bit too wide, because it's 2 extra stitches, and you know what, I didn't calculate that the Hobie cotton 8-ply is, so the 8/8 is actually a little bit thicker than the Flinders, and that's okay. I actually really like it because it's got a slightly different look. But then I went back to the same size as the other one, and this one is just done single crochets on top of each other, and this one again in the back loop. I prefer the back loop look, so I'm going to be continuing with that. I have been using a 5mm hook with the double strands of the cotton, and for those of you that may not know, I usually use the wooden rings that are 70mm in diameter. You can purchase these on Amazon, Temu, and wherever else you purchase, you know, similar crafting items. I think I got these. I've actually got some from Temu and some from Amazon, and they're equally as good. And I do get my wooden beads. Again, you can buy these anywhere. I bought these at Spotlight a long time ago. I've got 2 of these when they were on sale. And I have pulled out in a little sandwich bag here all the right size ones. I don't actually know what exact size they are. One day I should measure them and let you know. But they look about 1 centimetre or 10mm. And that's the hole that they have. So what you do is for those of you that don't know, it's such a simple process working with beads. Don't be intimidated at all, guys. There are so many great tutorials out there, and you will be surprised how easy it is to use beads in your beaded, in your crochet work. This style was a little bit different to this style, how I add the beads. There are numerous ways to do them. Some ways you have to thread them onto your yarn first. Neither of these you do that. You add them as you go. So that's something to keep in mind. If you ever have the opportunity to work with beadwork, even if you start off as small as something like this, just go for it. You will be very surprised. But you will need some smaller hooks. I've actually got this collection here, which I think a lot of you might have. This was one of the first kits that I bought with all the different size hooks in there, including these very, very thin metal ones. And that's what you generally use, one of these, to hook through your beads. So that's a little bit for people that, you know, a little bit of information if you're not familiar with working with beads. I know a lot of you are, and that's wonderful, but just in case we have some yarny friends that have never ever worked with beads before, it is so easy to do, guys. Don't be afraid at all. Now, I have got this 5mm hook sitting next to me because I've been using this for both the towel toppers and also for this gorgeous blanket here. And that's pretty much it. Where is my clipboard? Because I want to make sure that I got it all in. You know what I'm like, guys. So that's everything that I've been making. And I really have so much more to do. I've also been working on some other things in the background, including the Hobie project number 2. I brought that to you this week. I'm working on our supercalifragilistic projects as well as we speak. So it has been a lot of fun. And there are other things like the knitting machine makes coming to you and so many other things. Like I said, my head is abuzz. But I was very lucky today. I got a little surprise email saying that I had something sitting in my post office box, a little bit of happy mail, and it was this gorgeous card sent to me from Ella at No Catchy Name Crochet. So thank you so much, Ella. It's come all the way from Sparta, Tennessee. Now, Sparta is where my mother is from in Greece, so I always get a little chuckle when I receive one of your cards, Ella. Look at that snowman. I've never had the joy to, build a snowman, but you never know, maybe one day. He is adorable. So thank you so much. And a nice little surprise in there was one of these little yarn ball stickers. I wonder if this is one of your sisters. I will soon find out. So Ella, I really do appreciate that you sent it all the way from the other side of the world. And here it is there. Very, very happy to display that. And I will be sticking this in my diary. I'm hoping to keep a nice diary next year. I say that every year, a journal of some sort. I'd love to do, what is it called? Junk journaling. That's always appealed to me because I am a scrapbooker. But anyway, that's just way off the tangent, right, guys? Now, the one thing I really want you to look out for, please, is tomorrow we will be presenting or announcing the 2 winners for our hashtag Crochet Through the Decades Cal 2024. And how much fun have we had with that, guys? I certainly have had a lot of fun. Now, a little bit of life. The highlight of the whole week has been my mum's cataract surgery. So thanks to all your prayers and good wishes, I'd love to report, I'm so happy to report that it was a success. So I thank God and all of you for your amazing support. My mum wants to thank all of you. I have been, every time you send a good wish, or a kind word, I have been telling her and she has been overwhelmed. But the funniest thing was I wish I had taped her when they took off the bandage. So surgery was on Tuesday. Stayed with her overnight, the whole day overnight, and then the next day we went back. So yesterday we went back to the hospital, and when they took the the bandage off, her response was, "Oh, I can see." I said, "Mum, what did you think was going to happen?" So it has been wonderful. Of course, it's a slow, steady road to complete recovery. There's a program or a regime where she has to put in 4 times a day, 2 lots of drops for the next 4 weeks, which of course she will be doing. Don't get the eye wet. All of you that have been through, cataract surgery or have had a loved one go through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, while we're talking about cataract surgery, our friend Kim also had her cataract surgery on the exact same day as my mum. So Kim, we're wishing you a speedy recovery and complete recovery as well. And both of you will get to see all the Christmas sights, just like our friend Alley Cat said to me in one of her emails. So thank you for that. Now, the other great thing that's happening to me, guys, and I know a lot of our yarny friends who work in schools here in Australia, we only have 6 more working school days, guys. That is 4 more days with the children. Some of our teacher friends might only have 5 days, and because I manage the school office, I have 6 more days because I go to the 20th. So 6 more working days to summer break, which is going to be almost 6 weeks. I'm just loving that idea. And as far as the heat and the humidity goes, guys, we had a tiny bit of respite, but let me tell you, it is still very, very hot here. I am always melting. I'm not good in the sun, but I keep saying to myself, what do you expect, Litsa? It's summer, so enjoy it, because before you know, it's going to be winter again. Oh yes, bring on autumn and winter. Anyway, I hope you're all keeping well and you've had a wonderful week. They go so very, very fast, guys. It is unbelievable. I know we keep saying that, but it is really true this time of the year because we're all running. None of us are walking. I think we're all just running. So I hope that you have the time to just have that moment that we need to reset. And you know what? Just make the most of it. Don't have any guilt attached to it because that's the problem with us. We always think, no, I should be doing something else. But right now, I just hope you've taken the time to relax. I hope you've had a nice drink. I hope that, you've been working on something that you wanted to, or you just did nothing and you just sat back and relaxed. So until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.